Alice Barbarous. All right, so here's Alibaba, Alibaba.com, and you will be certainly familiar with Alibaba, I'm sure. All right, it's the most well-known place to source from China, and it's the one that most folks talk about as well, okay? So Alibaba is big and small companies selling on Alibaba to you, and big and small what's called trading companies, which you can think of as middlemen or wholesalers. Big and small wholesalers, trading companies on Alibaba as well, okay? I actually really like Alibaba. I think it's cool. The minimum order quantity, and again, I'm going to give you a kind of brush strokes average here. I reckon your minimum order quantity on Alibaba is somewhere between $500 and, depending on the company, $5,000, something like that, okay? Minimum order quantity, MOQ for short. It's got its own internal chat. It has something called trade assurance, which means if you pay through Alibaba, your money's protected. And in the main, it's very, very safe. Those days of people getting ripped off on Chinese websites have gone. That doesn't happen anymore. They've become extremely good at protecting the people on the platforms now. So that's Alibaba, and again, you guys probably already knew about Alibaba. Next one. Another one I really, really like as well, Aliexpress, also owned by the same company, Alibaba. And I think of this one as a more of a place to buy wholesale. Now, I have been recently educated about Aliexpress for Chinese. And here's how it works for Chinese. You will often find crazy low prices on AliExpress, like ludicrously low prices. And you're like, what the freaking hell is going on? What happens on AliExpress, just like we do on Amazon, where we do a product launch to launch our business onto Amazon, and sometimes we'll reduce the price to facilitate that launch. This is what happens on AliExpress. So AliExpress is like the baby brother of Alibaba, and you get the idea that you kind of have to start on AliExpress and then you're allowed to graduate onto Alibaba for Chinese sellers, okay? So there's some crazy deals to be had. Often you are just amazed at the prices you can get on AliExpress. There is no minimum order quantity on AliExpress, and of course, the more you buy of something, the less you pay for something, okay? But typically you can buy one of something if you want to buy one of something. Very, very aggressive pricing on AliExpress. You can communicate through chat. You can pay through their own internal systems. Again, it's very, very safe platform. I really, really like it. I really like it. The thing that I have found is there's less customization on AliExpress than there is on Alibaba. So if you wanted to customize your product, you're better off on Alibaba. But it's cheaper, I find, on AliExpress. All right, next one is a company called DHgate. So now we're getting into the ones which you may not have heard about. Again, this is typically a lot of medium-sized factories and small to medium-sized trading companies that are selling through DHgate. There is no minimum order quantity typically for DHgate. So again, it's if you want to buy low MOQ, it's a great place to go look. It has an online chat service. You can pay through their own internal like trade assurance policy thing as well. So you've got security there. Very, very good. And oftentimes you find like it's I would suggest it's a little bit like Google versus Bing. You know, everybody's on Google, but only a few people are on Bing. It's an interesting place to come look because of that. So DHgate, number 3. Now, number 4, I'm kind of giving you a 2 for here. So you're getting a 2 for 1 deal. So global sources, which are awesome. I love global sources. And also made in China, which are also great as well. So these 2 companies are the big boys. And I have found that they are bigger factories that are dealing with higher minimum order quantities. So the strategy would be to start with a company that gives you a low MOQ. As soon as you have built up your business and you're starting ordering more product, like 500, 1,000 units at a time, start sourcing your product from a larger factory. Because of economies of scale, you'll pay much, much less. When you get to that point, made in China or global sources, they are the places to come to. I love both of those websites. Global sources, by the way, get on their newsletter. It is brilliant for new products that are being launched. It's really, really good. You should definitely get on their newsletter as well, okay? And again, they've got online chat. You can pay through the thing. But most companies at this stage will expect you to do a wire transfer without a doubt. So just so you know, they'll expect a wire transfer for sure. All right, last one is one that you may not know about. You may not know about any of these. I've got no idea. Yiwu. So Yiwu is a province in China which just so happens to have the largest marketplace, constant marketplace, like Canton Fair is just, it's a few days of the year. Yiwu Market is all the time. It's all the time going on, okay? And so Yiwu Market has now got their shit together and has now launched a website where you can buy directly from the stall holders at Yiwu Market. It is fascinating to see what you can get. There is some ludicrous bargains that you can get. It's only recently launched. So there's a few problems. Let me talk about those problems. Problem number 1. This is for Yiwu Market, which is a big marketplace in China, and you are dealing directly with the stall holders in these markets in China. So they ain't going to speak English. They ain't going to speak English. You will need a sourcing agent. You will definitely need a sourcing agent. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Neil, where can I get a sourcing agent like that? Where does one of those things come from? And the question can be answered very, very simply by directing your attention to the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, to the members area, to the file section just there over on the left hand side. And you want to find the file that says recommended suppliers. And if you click on that little link there, you come up with that document, recommended suppliers, and you will find sourcing agents on there. Okay, so that's where you find your sourcing agents. This is great. I think you'll really, really like it. There's heaps of awesome stuff, and it's stuff that you won't find anywhere else because the Yiwu Market caters to Chinese people. It's not like Alibaba, which really has become, doesn't really sell to Chinese people anymore. Yiwu Market is just by Chinese people for Chinese people. It's awesome. You'll love it. Now, payments. So firstly, get a sourcing agent. You'll definitely need that. Secondly, payments. You cannot pay by credit card. You want to pay, you're not going to pay in US dollars. You'll pay in renminbi, so the Chinese currency. You'll pay in renminbi. So that's kind of cool. That ought to tell you heaps about how you can negotiate these deals. And because of that, you'll either pay in PayPal or you'll pay with a wire transfer. So through OFX, for instance, they'll do that for you. And they will also, see, they're adding shit all the time. They've just added this on. They will also not be able to organize the freight from Yiwu Markets to Amazon, for instance. You'll have to get that organized yourself. Typically, if you source on Alibaba, then the factory will also ship the product to you as well. They'll certainly give you a quote, but that won't happen here. You will love this site. It is a friggin' veritable Aladdin's cave of awesomeness. I just love it. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.